Good morning everyone, it is day 3 here in Alicante. Excuse the hair, I don't have much time for a shower this morning because I got woken up about 5 in the morning with someone leaving from the hostel, so then I had a bit of a lie-in. So we're just going to go, I don't know why I keep talking in third person, as if there's more than one of us. Sorry. So I'm going to go have some breakfast at a place that's been recommended, and then we've got the whole day until about 5 or 6 o'clock to explore, because our flight isn't until about 9 p.m. So let's go grab some food because I'm absolutely starving. So I've just had an amazing breakfast at the place recommended to me. It has some zumo de naranja e pan con tomate, which is orange juice and tomato spread over bread. Now I'm just going to go to the central market and try some of the local delicacy, which is turon. So on my free walking tour yesterday, my tour guide Marianne told me to come to this place, SB, and say that Marianne sent her. She's got some free turon in Alicante, which is white turon. I think it's made from sugar and almond. So we're here in the old town in Alicante, and on my tour yesterday I had to come back. It's very interesting. We're just outside one of the cathedrals. If you can see here, you see these lines down here. Apparently this is from when there was the war going on. Soldiers would sharpen their bayonets into the wall here. Very interesting. You can also see here where canyons have hit into this cathedral. You see at the top there? And these are names of people who have, donated to the cathedral. So on my tour yesterday, I actually learned quite a bit of history. So Alicante has been bombed and destroyed many times through civil wars, the British invading, all that kind of stuff, I think. So there's not much ancient history because it's all had to be rebuilt. Obviously because everything got destroyed. As you can see up there, there's another where a cannon's hit, clearly up there. But anyway, up to the name of Alicante itself. So the tour guide told us a little legend that there were two lovers, Ali and Cantera, and they couldn't be together because of political reasons, and they both committed suicide, sort of dubbed the Romeo and Juliet of Alicante. So put those two names together, Ali and Cantera, and you get Alicante. Of course that's just a legend, but it might be true. Also, interestingly enough, the father of Cantera, who was the king who lived in Santa Barbara Castle, was so sad at her passing, so in despair with her passing, that apparently he stayed in the castle until he died. And I'll put a video in a minute, but you can see a man's face in the mountain that Santa Barbara Castle is on top of. There is the Castle of Santa Barbara, and if you can see, there is a man's face carved into the rock, which is supposedly to be the late king. I have no idea how they would have done that. I also have no idea how they built the castle on top of this massive hill, but who knows, it looks spectacular. You can see up here is all of the cannon holes of them trying to attack this ancient cathedral. Interestingly enough, the town of Alicante was run once by Arabian people, and therefore this cathedral here was built over the site of the old mosque. So I've just walked through the old town and met bumped into the band I saw the other day with the first night I was here. But now I'm just going to go walk to one of the other cathedrals we saw on the tour, and then head back up here, back up to the castle. However, I think I'm going to take the lift this time because it's too hot and I will just burn if I don't. So the Basilica I tried to go to is closed for the afternoon. I guess they're having a siesta. So we're going to go get the lift up to the top of the castle. The castle itself was free, but I think you have to pay for the lift, but it saves the walk. expect to be going on the tunnel. Well, I suppose it is a lift, but it's quite a hefty tunnel. So you can confirm the walk even to the top from the lift is quite strenuous in the midday sun, so don't go in the middle of the day, probably go in the morning or in the evening. But anyway, I bumped into a girl from the hostel right at the top, funny enough, had a nice chat. And now I'm just going to grab some lunch before I head down back to the beach. So what have my thoughts been about my first solo trip? Well, I think there is an element of solo tripping that is very exciting. You know, you don't have to abide to anyone's time or anything like that, and you can do whatever you want when you want, which is very nice. I do think though it completely depends on what you're looking for, and in terms of, you know, whether you hope to meet people or whether you know, because if you don't meet anyone at the hostel, it can be a bit lonely sometimes, which I found a bit yesterday. But then this morning I met this girl in the hostel, and actually I didn't go with her, but we met again up at the top of the castle. So that's nice. For me, I'm quite a people person, so I like talking to people, but if you like to be fully on your own, then go for it. In terms of the hostel, absolutely fine, you know, nice and clean, always felt safe. It was great, but yeah, just a bit, not antisocial, but not the most social in the world. So yeah, I've just got a few hours to kill until my flight, so I'm going to head back down, grab some lunch along the beach, and then walk along to the bus back to the airport, I think. I was fishing that one of my last points on the trip is here to Santa Barbara Castle with the Alicante sign. It's been a great place to be my first solo trip. Everyone speaks a lot of English, everyone's very friendly. Definitely recommend, maybe for 24, 40 hours, but you don't need much longer unless you want to go to the beach. So guys, about 48 hours later we're back in Alicante airport, ready for the flight back this evening back to Bournemouth. Now we're a little bit early because it actually got very, very cold in Alicante. It was very windy and it started to rain a little bit, so I thought might as well just get on the bus and get here early. Our flight isn't until 9:30 and it's now just gone 6 o'clock, so we've got a bit of time to kill. Very easy security process here. I actually love not having to check a bag in and just, you know, scanning the QR code and straight through. Within 5 minutes I was through. So let's now go see what there is to offer in Alicante airport. Quite tempted to get lounge access because I get it discounted, so let's go see. So I am here in the lounge in Alicante. I wanted to go check out how much the lounge was because I know I get discounted lounge access with Monzo Plus. And anyway, then the lady just sort of said go in, but my card hasn't been charged, so we'll see what happens there. So I actually declined, but anyway, we're in. So I've been here for a few hours now, had some few snacks and some water and some free, can't drink because I'm driving later sadly, but we're just waiting for our flight back later. The flight is at 9:30, gets in about 11 o'clock, and then I've got about half an hour drive back. So all in all it's been 3 full days since I left, but I only got about 48 hours in Alicante because of travelling. Overall, I think my first solo trip has been a success. The hostel was very nice, not the most sociable, but it was very nice for the price I paid. And all in all, I spent about £240, which works out at about £80 a day, which isn't bad considering the flights, the parking, you know, food and accommodation, so not terrible at all. Of course, you can do it a lot cheaper than this, but I wasn't really, you know, looking to save money. I wasn't shopping at supermarkets and stuff. I was just eating nice food when I got out there. I've never been in a lounge before, but this one's quiet, but it's quite busy. So it did get quite busy. I don't know if they limit the numbers and stuff, but this would have been £24. I suppose it's worth it if you want a bit of privacy and you get some kind of food and you get free drinks and stuff. But maybe not for a proper short haul. I just had 3.5 hours to kill, so
worked well.
So I've made it back to Bournemouth Airport. It is just gone 11:30. I need to try and find the car somewhere. Very short walk from the plane to the other side of the security, but the border. But the border took forever because there was only like 3 people on it, and none of these automated gates here at Bournemouth. Also, the police were here as well, looking, sort of like searching. Not searching everyone, but they were clearly scanning to see someone. So that's always fun. But anyway, now I've just got a short drive home back to Southampton. But all along, can't really fault Ryanair, to be fair, for the price you pay. I think this leg was like £14 for, you know, it's mad how they make money, if they do. So yeah, we're back in Bournemouth, and that rounds up my first solo trip. Thank you guys for watching, and see you soon.